So this is my week one response essay for my global affairs class. When I started this assignment, I had compiled a list of close to 40 critiques of globalization from the various readings and videos that I had to do. Some of those critiques were complaints of lack of formalized representation in the processes and decisions that led to the processes that feed into globalization. There was a critique of unsustainability due to overconsumption. There was some mention of it being a tool and feeding into the rise of violent activities by extremist groups over the years. The problem was this video needs to be 3 minutes, so I had to cut that down. So I'm going to respond to one of those criticisms. The specific criticism I'm going to respond to was mentioned in the crash course video by Mr. Green, and that being that globalization is anarchic and unregulated. Is globalization unregulated? Yes, it is. Indeed, one of the principal concepts of globalization is crossing barriers, and regulations are a form of barrier. But to describe it as anarchic, I don't agree with that. Anarchic implies there are no rules to the action. There are no controls, no method to the madness. It simply acts. It's a wild animal. But I don't see globalization as that. I see it as organic, changing and evolving, responding to stimuli, both internal and external. If the market price for something goes down in an area, but the demand for that product is still high, the effects and systems of globalization will adjust to change that. If a new market opens up, globalization by its very nature tries to make use of it and expand into that area. So that's the big critique I'm responding to. Globalization is not anarchic. It is organic. But organic approaches sometimes come with injury and illness. Now, Mr. Green also levied many praises at globalization, such as bringing economic opportunity to previously impoverished locations, creating chances for dispersed economic benefit. And on the whole, I do agree with these praises of benefits for globalization. The ability to diversify the workflow of something and get a lower price and thus increase supply to meet a demand, or even engineer a demand, really, has a lot of benefits to it. So yes, I do agree with a lot of those praises of globalization.